ॐ नमो नारायणाय। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ॐ। सुप्रभातम। We all are studying Upadesha Sara, a text written by Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. As we have understood, this text has beautiful principles. And just to recollect and to reconfirm to ourselves, we must know principles remain always same. All principles remain same, always. Therefore, if we understand that principle and we try our level best to follow it, then the life becomes a great, fantastic, meaningful, joyful and a very steady affair. But if we do not understand these rules, if we do not understand what is the implication, what is the import of understanding, then again we face disturbances, disharmony in our life. So, first verse, few rules, please note it. First rules, choice is there with all of us as a human being. Choice is there with all of us as a human being. Only in action. Only in action. This is the first rule. So you can choose any action in your life. Second important rule, choice is not there in selecting the result of the action. Choice is not there in selecting a particular result of action. It is not there in anyone's hand. It's a rule. Yes. The third important point, the rule. Result come from a controller of the universe. Result of our action is coming from the controller, Niyanta of the universe, which is called as Ishvara. Next, action is not supreme because the instrument itself which does this action is insentient. Therefore, the action cannot be supreme at all. So, these are the few principles from the verse number 1. Karturagya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. Second verse. Krutimaho dadau patana karanam phalam shashvatam gati nirodhakam. One verse. What is the rule? Beautifully it is said here, action is like an ocean. Action is like an ocean, and it is a fact. If you reflect little, that once you start action in some field, then it goes on and on, on and on, on and on, and on and on. So, it is like never ending sort of process. So, this is like an ocean. Ocean, if you are in the middle of the ocean, you can't see anywhere any shore. So, it is vast water and water collection. Similarly, when we see all around us, we understand continuous there is an action which is going on and which has to go on. Okay, next. Action itself. This is a very important aspect. Action itself can be the cause of our fall in life. Action itself can be a cause of fall in our life. And then we have seen in the second chapter how beautifully Bhagavan explained, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangastesha Upajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammohat Smruti Vibhramaha Smrutir Brahmshat Buddhinashaha. So, this is a ladder of fall, and that is also through the action. Next principle. All results which are coming after the action, are all impermanent. One must know, whatever result is coming to me in whatever form is all impermanent, are all impermanent. Very, very important point to note and to keep it in mind, because we sometimes get completely dragged away by the results of our action or by the different things around us. Understand, all results are impermanent in nature. All results are impermanent in nature. Next, very important, action can be a barrier. Action can be a barrier in the path of progress. Now, this is also a very important aspect to know. Our own actions are sometimes create obstacle in our own progress. So, which are those actions? All those actions where the attitude is selfish, where the attitude is egocentric. So, all such are creating a different obstacle in our path of progress. This is which progress? The spiritual journey. The spiritual progress is indicated here, and one must note it correctly. Then verse number 3. Then it says, Ishwararpitam Nechaya Kritam Chittashodhakam Mukti Sadhakam. So all actions of ours should be dedicated to Ishvara, the controller of the universe. This is a rule. If we do not control, if you do not dedicate our action, that means there is a selfish motive behind it. So yesterday we have seen a beautiful shloka from the chapter number 3 of Bhagavad Gita. Yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Yajnarthat karmano nyatra. Our actions should be with the attitude of yajna. What is yajna? Sacrifice. What is yajna? Selflessness. Absolutely selfless action. If we do not do actions with this attitude, then the actions done without this attitude is a cause of bondage in our life. Therefore, tadartham karma kaunteya. He Kunti Putra, tad artham. That who? Ishvara, the controller. One must do the action for the sake of him and him alone. Then only mukta sanga samachara. That means one can really enjoy the freedom in life. One can really get liberated. So this is a very important aspect of action, where it is said, Ishwararpitam Nichaya Krutam Na Swa Ichchaya Krutam. Swa Ichcha means selfish, some motto, selfish, some sort of understanding, then egocentric action. Such are the actions which are causing a bondage in our life. Therefore, one must understand, one should dedicate one's own action to the higher altar in life. That higher altar can be your guru, can be your mother and father, can be the Bhagavan, but understanding that all are the different forms of him alone. Okay, so next important point, Chitta Shodhakam Mukti Sadhakam. So these are the principles. If the action done with the intention of complete Karma Yoga, the attitude of Karma Yoga, then it becomes mean of what? Purification of our own mind. And the similar action becomes the means further for the liberation. So these are the important point. Again we have recapped, because these are the extremely important levels or aspects in spiritual sadhana. A spiritual seeker should not forget it at all, should not miss it at all. Continuously one should remember this important points of spiritual life. Fourth verse we have started and we have seen Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kraman. Then Ramana Maharshi ji gives us another indication. Now it is indicated about the path of bhakti called as devotion. So in the path of devotion, what is said beautifully? Take first support to reach to the subtle. So first support is required for growing and reaching to the subtle. If this support is not taken, then reaching to the subtle is not possible. So what is said here beautifully? Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kraman. Karyam. What is a karyam? Kaya karyam pujanam. Vak karyam japa. Manasa karyam chintanam. So like this one must understand. What is that? The action for the physical body is pujanam, archanam, worship. Then what is the action for the speech? Called as japa, taking the name of Lord. Then the third, what is the action of the mind? That is called as chintanam, contemplation. So these are the one action of one instrument. Now when you are doing the first action by the body, now think that you are doing the puja and chanting the mantra, and also your mind is focused there. That means all our organs as well as sense organs as well as different subtle organs are also focused on one. So there are three folded support for the first action. So the body is there, then the speech is also there, and then the mind is also there. So this is called as sort of first beginning in the path of spirituality towards the higher goal of life. Second is japa. Now there is no pujanam, there is only japa, which is called as the action done by our organ of speech. So there, no doubt we are saying or we are chanting the name of Lord, but mind should be there. In the first case also, if the mind is not there, then the action becomes too gross. In the same way, if we are chanting the name of Lord and again the mind is not there, then again the action becomes too gross. But it's fine in the beginning. Even if the mind is going here and there, it will come back if you do not give it up. So that's the formula. Do not give up, even if at the beginning stages the mind goes all around and then comes back. It's fine. So therefore, disciplining the mind by regular doing the action at right time, slowly that mind gets the message that this is a time I have to be there. Then that's how we can set our mind also in our first action of worship, then the second action of the japa, and the third action itself, the mind which is there is the only instrument of chintanam, contemplation. Then it is said, this is how one should progress in life. Now few important points which we have understood. See, if you have to select the goal, means if you have a big goal in your life or a very higher goal in life, so as per the goal, you will select the means, sadhana. So as and when you select the goal, you fix up the goal in your life, then only you can understand what instrument, what sadhana, what means to be used to reach there. Example, if you want to go to America, if you want to go to America, then means are one by sea route and the second one is air route. And there are only two means, one by sea route, one by air, and that's all. So now in these two, you have to select one. See why? Now first you know where to go and therefore you can select the means for it. Similarly, now if you think that I have to reach to the supreme reality, I must have the complete freedom, absolute freedom in my life, I should liberate myself from this all bondages, shackles of ignorance, then only you can understand, you can select the means to reach to the higher goal in your life. So therefore, these are the right means given to reach to the highest goal of human existence. So this is an important aspect of our study. Now we go to verse number 5. Jagat ishadhi yukta sevanam ashtamurti brut deva pujanam. Jagat ishadhi yukta sevanam ashtamurti brut deva pujanam. First we will see one word. Jagata, world. Ishadhihi. Ishadhi, Isha is a controller, Bhagavan. Dhihi is Buddhi, Dhi. Yukta Sevanam is endowed with what? A act of service. Ashtamurti Brut. Then how is this Isha? Then Isha is Ashtamurti Brut. Ashtamurti means it has 8 different forms. What are they? In scriptures it is beautifully mentioned, 5 elements, then the sun, moon and all the Jiva Atma. All the Jivatmas. Ashtamurti, let me say again, let me just tell you again, 5 great elements, that is space, air, fire, then water and earth. 5. Sun, Lord Surya Narayana. Sun, moon, Lord Moon. And the last, all Jivatmas. All Jivatmas. That is the form of Jagata, and that complete Ashtamurti is this controller who is controlling the whole universe. How is he? Brut. He is a nourisher of this whole universe, which has these 8 different aspects. Then it says Deva Pujanam. Then that is called as a Deva Pujanam. So let me again put it in a right way, in right format to understand the meaning. It says Jagata Sevanam that is called as the service of this world, Ishadhi, with this attitude that this Jagat itself is a form of the Lord, of the controller, of the Ishvara. Then it says, how is this form? Ashtamurti Brut, that is having 8 aspects. So we have seen what are all 8 aspects. Deva Pujanam, then one who has this attitude of service to this form which is called as Ashtamurti, and that is also a Brut, that is called as the special aspect of this Isha, is a nourisher, one who does one's own action. That is the great worship, that is a Deva Pujanam, that itself is the direct worship to the Lord. Now one important point we must take into consideration and reflect over. Please, one by one now. First, Seva. I am taking a Seva. See, there are people, those who do Samaja Seva. Those who do Samaja Seva. They say that we are feeding people and we are making them happy. Now please note, in this action, no doubt there is a good attitude. There is a good attitude, but the attitude is, I am serving human being. Note it, I am serving human being. That is not pujanam, that is samaja seva, and that is no doubt an act of gaining merit called as punya. You will gain merits by doing this act, feeding thousands of what? Considering, oh, I am relieving them out of their suffering. But who all are they? Human beings. Please understand. And who is doing? I am doing. There is a doership, and there is no doubt a good act which we are giving food to people. But 2 things are happening. You gain the merit and you have a doership. So, gaining the merit, you have to experience the result of your own merits. Then if you have done a great meritorious action, you may go to the Svargaloka. Then enjoy the pleasures there. Then finish your all the good merits and then come back. Kshine marte, kshine punni, martyalokam vishanti. Point. This person has gained so much of punya, reached to the heaven, exhausted all his merits by enjoying the pleasure, and then came back to the same mortal level with zero balance. Why? Because everything is exhausted. Okay, now, he who is doing this seva of any human being, 1, 2, 3, 4, number doesn't matter, but his attitude is, I am not serving human being, I am directly serving the Lord Himself. Now please note it. This attitude is a worship of the Lord. Then if you give 1 rupee to a beggar, considering this beggar itself is a Lord in this form, directly this 1 rupee becomes the puja of the Lord. This is a very important aspect, very important aspect. Now, second important aspect is the world is so big. This verse is fantastic to reflect on. This world is so big. It is beyond our imagination to reach all corners of the world. Now, if you have to understand, I have to serve the world. What do you mean I have to serve the world? World is so big. How are you going to serve the world? Now, let me give an example. Let me give an example. If a disciple is there, and disciple is doing his guru's pada seva, massaging the feet of the guru. Now, this feet is of whom? Is of the guru. That means guru. Now please understand, these are the very important words of Vedanta. Guru is considered as Angi. Guru is considered as Angi, and feet of Guru are considered as Anga. That means one is whole and another is part. Now when you serve the feet of our Pujya Guru, are you not directly serving the Guru? Yes or no? Yes. Similarly, please note and understand, if you are serving one person in the world, understanding that person to be the God, you are directly serving the part of the whole. What a beautiful point! You are directly serving the part of the whole, because anyway we cannot reach to the whole because it is so vast. So we are, as a part, can serve the part. Now you will understand how important is pujanam. This Lord who is in front of me in this form is made up of 5 elements. And see now how important is this. It also has the ansha of everything, whatever is mentioned in Ashtabhurti. That Lord, when I serve in front of me in that form, actually I am serving the whole through this part. What a beautiful way of reaching to the highest. What a best way to reach to the highest. See, it is said, in a different way, to reach to the heart of any individual, the path is from his stomach. And it is very true for all our Indian, we all as Indian. What? Because the food is a great important aspect of our life. So if you give good food, you directly touch the heart of that person. Now what? You are not touching directly that heart by your hand, but your attitude, but your action, as giving the best food, serving the best food by best of your ability and the best of your attitude, you can directly touch the heart of the person. That means if we can understand, if we worship one, we are directly connected to the whole universal Lord. Hope you are understanding the import of this principle. So, extremely important. Now, I give different example. Let me give. When you garland someone, are you putting a garland only to the neck? No, I am only appreciating this neck and I am putting a garland. My dear, you are putting a garland no doubt on the neck, but one who has that neck. That means that individual who is having one organ as a neck. So actually your intention is to appreciate the whole and not the part. Now second important example. This is fantastic. See, when we go down to Guru or to our Mata Pita or to anyone who is an elderly person, now you touch the feet. Now only feet are you worshipping, or actually you are doing pranam to the whole? So therefore we must understand, I am doing pranam to the whole and not only the feet. So please understand that how we can connect ourselves from our right attitude with whatever we have around. Now I am giving one important aspect. If the mother is there, children, husband, all other relatives, who all are they? Swamiji, please don't say they are the God. They are not God because they act so funny. My dear, you have to let them be funny. But in your heart, you should have this knowledge that whatever is there around me is a manifestation of the same Lord. Whatever I am doing is my dedication to the feet of this Lord, who is a manifestation, who manifested as this world completely. Now can you imagine, everywhere, who is there? Everywhere, Lord, Lord and Lord is there everywhere. Why? Because now you are considering Him as the form of the whole world. As a form, as a whole world. Bhagavan Himself manifests as the whole world. Now you just imagine, whosoever you do little, what it happens, it's a puja. Now I give two levels. First level, Bhagavan says in the 9th chapter, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upavrutam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Chapter number 9, Bhagavan says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Now first Bhagavan said, let us start with this. Give little. Now Bhagavan says, once you have understood the principle, now you grow. First it is said, do my pujanam by using the padartha of the world. Now says Bhagavan, Yat karoshi, whatever you do, that you understand is my puja. Yadashnasi, whatever you eat, you are not feeding to yourself, you are directly feeding to the Lord. Yadjuhoshi, whatever you do in your life as a havan, as a sacrifice, it is directly for me and myself. Yad dadasi, whatever you give to anyone, understand you are giving to me. Now just imagine, Bhagwan first for the beginners said, worship me with all different what? The padartha, the objects of the world. And the objects of the world, how big the quantity should be? Patram. Even if little you have, but yo me bhaktya prayachati, that little also you have to give with a great love at the feet of the Lord. One petal of the flower, but with the great love at the feet of the Lord. Even if you do not have these, then the water drop will also do, but with the love completely. And then you give it at the feet of the Lord. But once this person grows and understands that the Lord is everywhere, Ashtamurti Brut Deva Pochanam, he is manifesting as all these 8 aspects. So whatever action I do, that should become a worship to the Lord. Whatever I eat, that is not just to satiate my so-called as desire of hunger. No, it is a worship that I am eating for giving the Naivedyam, Bhog, to directly to the Lord. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. See what a beautifully Bhagavan has pointed out this beautiful picture of Havan, and everything around Havan is the Brahma Karma, that is the complete supreme reality, absolute reality in each and every aspect of that Havan. Similarly, in our life, whatever we do, action, eating, Havanam, whatever we give, everything we have to understand it is a direct puja, because we are giving not to any human being, but I am giving, I am serving that part of the whole. That part of the whole. So wherever you are, if you are even a small officer in one small institute, and you are, whatever action you are doing, you are there serving as worship to the Lord, and that is a part you are worshipping, and the part is of the whole. Even if you are just brooming, that means jhadu maar raha hai, फिर still you have to understand I am serving the part of the whole. And that's how our every action becomes the means for purification and further for the liberation. What a beautiful way to understand this principle to reach to the highest. So, hope we all now will have this vision that the whole world is a manifestation of the Lord Himself. And if the whole world I cannot reach as a service to the Lord, but that Lord who is the whole is available in part all around me. So therefore, if I worship one part, I am directly worshipping to the whole. And this whole is none other than Him and Him alone, the controller, the Ishvaraha. Let us reflect on this verse by doing contemplation here and here only. So let us do a meditation. In our meditation, completely remember all the points which we have now discussed. So wherever you are sitting, let your posture be more firm. Close your eyes. Now give command to your body. For next 5 to 7 minutes, oh my dear body, be firm and no movement. Check, my legs are fine and comfortable. My stomach, abdomen region is fine. My back is straight. My shoulders are comfortable and there is no discomfort on my shoulders. Now my neck is straight. My facial expressions are fine and pleasant. Now let us for 1 minute focus on the breath, so our mind should be there and there. So as the air coming inside, you may count 1, 2, 3. Let the air fill your lungs completely. All corners of the lungs are filled with air. Now the air is released out. You can count 3, 2, 1. Let us focus for a minute on this breathing process. Having gained good attention by focusing on the breath, let us turn this attention on the mind level and recollect all our thoughts which we have discussed. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi is giving a direct indication how to serve the Lord. Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrut Deva Pujanam. We have seen how our action can become the worship of the Lord. Just serving the society with this attitude of serving the human beings cannot become the worship if you do not have the attitude that you are serving not the human beings but the Lord Himself in that form. Therefore, those who do social work and try to understand they are serving the human beings, no doubt it's a good act, but it brings a merit, and merits also give you result of pleasure which you have to go through. Again, it's a chain and never-ending chain. Therefore, shift your attention on this attitude that whosoever I am serving, he or she, I am not serving as a human being, but I am serving direct to the Lord. This form of the Lord is a part of the whole. So, by serving the part, we directly serve that whole, the controller of the universe. This important aspect one must keep in mind. Attitude should be serving to the Lord who is manifested as the whole universe. So if I serve any part of this universe, I am serving directly to the whole. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. with the gratitude. Thanks to the Lord who gives us this knowledge. Thanks to the Lord who has given us this beautiful time. Thanks to the Lord who has given us this instrument to understand it. Thanks to everyone who has supported us for our whatever we are today. Fill your heart with the gratitude and bow down to that Lord, the controller of the universe. Slowly you can open your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namo Narayana.